guys, King Susu, back for a review to reviewing the SH Figuarts Mina Ashuro, in which, before I start the video, I'm going to go ahead and say this. You might see this video on Thursday. I'm making it on Wednesday, which I meant to make it on Monday, but kind of got a little busy. But same thing happened with the last video I did with the Space Wolves. It got posted in the morning, but I started downloading it at like 5 or 6 in the afternoon the day before. And my internet's messing up and it's making it take longer to process and download on YouTube. So I don't really know what to do about that. So this video, you might see it in the morning, but hopefully internet is fixed and hopefully it posts on Wednesday. I meant to make it on Monday, but it's fine. But rant over. Let's go and get into this review. First thing I want to start off with is her sculpting, in which she looks pretty decent. I don't really have any complaints with the sculpting. Everything looks great. I like the symbols that she has on her shoulders, in which I don't know what they mean. I'm guessing it's... Oh, let me go and zoom in. I'm guessing it's the faction that she's a part of. Not faction, but like the... She's part of like a group that take down kaiju. I do know that. I'm guessing that's their logo. That's what I'm guessing. But I probably am right, though. That's really it. Everything looks great. The paint's pretty good. Her face looks a little bit pale. Maybe not on camera, but in person. It looks a tiny bit pale, but it's not that big of a deal, though. Besides that, sculpting is pretty good. Let's go and get into size comparisons. Here it is next to Core Class Optimus, Bumblebee, Megatron, and Siege Optimus. Okay, now, let's go and get into her articulation. What she has a... I'm not gonna say mediocre, that'd be mean, but not that good of articulation. It's really just this part and her waist, like her head and her waist are the worst part of articulation, but you're about to see that in a second. We're going to start off with the head, in which she doesn't look up at all. They could have packed something in there. Maybe, just maybe. Let me see if I can push this back. No, it did not work. She just doesn't look up at all. Maybe like a little bit, but she does not look up at all. She looks down a pretty decent amount. The little ponytail is on the classic SH Figuarts joint, where it's a hinge joint and like some type of swivel or ball joint. You can swivel all the way around and go up and down. Her shoulders have butterfly joints, which allow them to go out and back pretty decent amount. Also on hinge joints, which allow them to swivel that much up, not full 360 because of the shoulder pads. I also don't want to, they probably could, but these shoulder pads are made out of rubber, so I'd rather not break them. Also go back. Man, why did it's very creaky. Also go up the head far. Bicep swivel, full 360, double elbow joint. And once again, one of those other SH Figuarts joints, which it's a ball joint this time. Swivel for 360, and also is a hinge joint. But if you swivel that, it also goes side to side. And we're gonna get to my second complaint. I already complained about the head, but the waist does not. I know everyone's already said this about this figure, and I'm hoping that the rest of the human figures don't have this problem from Kaiju number 8, but her waist does not crunch at all. A tiny bit, because I went in there and I like shaved it off a tiny bit. Besides that, even then, it does not go down at all, which kind of sucks. And it crunches a pretty decent amount, but it doesn't, I guess, arches. Her back arches a pretty decent amount, but no crunch, nothing, really. I'm paying $58. I'm paying $50 for this figure. Look at the price on Amazon. This figure is $50, and you're getting no ab crunch. It's kind of sad. I know they can do better. I've seen reviews. I've watched Spider Criminal. I've seen videos. By the way, go check out his channel. I don't have a link for it, but it's a pretty good channel. I've seen other reviews. And what's their excuse? I guess it's probably because of the accuracy, but at the same time, I really don't care. I just want articulation. But besides that, her legs can shift down, which it's really creaky. That is very, very creaky. They can shift down that far a little bit. I let them go out, go up that far, also go back that far, like I said before that thing came off. On with a thigh swivel, which is on a ball joint, surprisingly. Double bend at the knee. And also another one of those Relotech joints, which allow it to pivot a very good amount, pretty decent amount. Also go down, up, and also a toe joint. But yeah, that is it for accessory. That's it for articulation. And what's the point of articulation if there's no accessories to pair with it? So, thankfully this figure does come with a pretty decent amount of accessories. We're gonna go and get into that. First things first is her faces, in which she has this face that has a visor along with these little tubes. I don't know what it is, but I'm guessing it should be to help her stand up because she doesn't want to stand. But yeah, in order to plug this in, you just unplug her bangs, take off her face, and just plug it in like so. And these little parts, I'm gonna take off this little gun because I know it's gonna come off. Are these little side pieces here, these little side parts here. Just gonna, these little parts, these little hooks are just gonna hook onto them, like so. I'm gonna plug that gun back in, like so. And that's pretty neat. That's really it for this face. I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna take this gun off too, so it doesn't just, I know it's gonna come off, so I might as well plug that. This looks weird. Without the face, it looks weird. What if I did this? That's weird, that's already weird. I'm gonna stop doing that. She also has a smile, sort of. Smiley face, sort of. Go and plug that in. So this time you're gonna put the bangs back on. Like so. It's pretty neat. And for her last face, she has this angry expression, which is mainly for her other accessory, which I'm going to talk about. Her biggest accessory. Really angry face, like someone stole her Cheerios. Really, Cheerios? Really? That's the best thing I can talk about? Or someone stole something from her or something. That's really it for her faces. She also has other hands as well. She has these kind of like action hands, sort of, or just open hands, flit out hands. Her hands are just on ball joints. Just unplug them. Plug this one in, like so. A little tedious to do. That's pretty cool. And you also have these grabby hands, which are for the last accessory, in which these ones are the worst to put on. I generally dislike putting these hands on. This one in particular doesn't want to cooperate. And this other one, there we go. I've had this for a pretty good amount of time, so it kind of got a little easier, but it still is a little annoying. And these hands are only for this gigantic rifle, in which I don't know if it's a rifle or some type of machine gun. Which, no, it's probably a rifle. There's a giant gas canister. It's definitely a rifle. I kind of thought it was gonna be a flamethrower, but it is a rifle. And there's a little handlebar here and a handle here. Figure just holds it like so. And boom. Looks pretty good with this face on. It's either that face or the other one. And it doesn't want to stand. There we go. It can stand on its own, but just in case it falls over, you do get a stand for the rifle to cradle the rifle. That way it's easier for her to stand on her own with the rifle in her hands, which is actually pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. And her last accessory, which isn't even for her, it's for Kaiju number 8. It's an expression where he is looking to the left. That's it. But besides all her accessories and everything else, the figure is pretty decent, if I had to say. It really only has 2 problems: the head and the waist. Besides that, the figure's pretty decent. Now, is it $50 worth? No. If you find it for like 30, maybe 30 or 20, I'll be generous to say 30 or maybe 36, then I'll get it. But if it's 50, like how I paid, then no, don't. But besides that, that's it for the review. If you guys liked it, please like, subscribe. Well, you guys have a great day. King Studios, signing off.